Yeah, well, Jill, her kids, King and Tom, they live on Willow Street, so they go.
I found a roll over there. Yeah, this thing right here.
This radio, I ran into King at the gas station up here the other night. She just, they moved her over to the houses right there. And she's over there. And they said she's 87. I remember she was no, well, yeah. Well, Jill's brother, the other friend. And Jill, you're kidding. Does she still live over there? That's where he is. Yeah. That's she's still. Yeah. Yeah, she is that what you were working with? Or was that before? She drove it. He sat up front with her. So they always parked in the same place in the parking lot. And she come in and they pushed the car and put her in. Not this man. Businessman. And he had that dealership. It wasn't always. I remember seeing that.
I was the same way. I thought we were young.
No, not for the next two years. Yeah, we're not meeting January 4th or 28th. And then we'll be here for the 11th, but not the 18th. 18th is not your MLK Day? Yeah.
That's Marcia Bob's. There are a lot of things that
Buying the future.
I was old, I was that's about people are upset actually before everything. Sat in the back seat and watched there was a lot of people there going from a Chevy to
Good afternoon. I'm going to call on Randy Marshall to lead us in our invocation.
About prayer, please. Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this Christmas season and what it reminds us to do. And reminds us of how grateful we are for our friends and our family that come to visit, the time we get to spend together. We want to give you thanks for that, Lord. We thank you for this wonderful club and what it means to each and every one of us. We ask blessings on our work here and that it all be done for your glory, Lord. We ask that you look after our nation in troubled times, Lord, with changing leadership and the coronavirus. We just ask for healing and comfort for our people, Lord. And we just thank you for your most precious gift. That's the grace that you've given us and the opportunity for salvation through your Son, Lord. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Courtney, would you introduce our guests for us today, please?
Hello. We have a few guests with us today. I'm gonna go this way and that way for the longest travel. Kelly, co-worker is Heather Brooks. Remember that? And Brad. And Fred, Kyle Hill. And then we get a award for people that travel the furthest, all the way from Hawaii, to Brady Foster here at Student Travel.
Thank you very much. Would you mind passing that to Bill Coates in the back for our sports moment? I'm certain there's something to talk about.
All right, college football has always been a sport where it's been left to committees, and beauty contests, and all kinds of judgment calls on who the best teams are. And they've got a system now that's been in place about 5 years called a 14 playoff. But all that does is make it a 5 and 6 man. They went to 8, and number 9, and number 10 would be bad. So there's no end to it. Anyway, the 4 teams that got picked to either play for the national championship or Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama's number 1, and Notre Dame is number 4, even though they lost to Clemson in their conference championship game at 24 points on Saturday night, which left the Aggies out in the cold. We got the Aggies in the room here today. They got left out there. I guess Red Bowl with the Orange Bowl. So there you go. When the Orange Bowl play North Carolina, the irony there, North Carolina's coach is good old Matt Brown, who was the Texas coach for 15 years, so that'll be kind of fun. Texas got a bid for the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio, and TCU got a bid for the Texas Bowl. So, believe it or not, it's kind of amazing. College football had a lot of stops and starts this year, given everything that's going on. Ohio State only played 6 games, including their conference championship game. They had games disintegrate right out from under them on the day before the game is supposed to be played. And that's kind of been the way the season has gone. Tyler reminded me of something I'd always forgotten. The NBA season starts tomorrow. They just finished in October of this COVID-delayed 2020 season. Yet they're about to start their new season, and they're going to play games on Christmas Day that count. So that's what sports has given us. Everybody else is kind of slogging through their years. And high school football has all but, well, it ended for classes A through 4A. Lindale lost their state championship game on Friday night. Boy, the first time they'd ever been this far. They got beat by Argyle, a team from the Metroplex. And Longview won, Legacy lost, they were beat by Cedar Hill. But again, high school football has reached the point now where the only teams left are 5 and 6As. But none of them have ever played a game after Christmas before. But the 5 and 6A playoffs are still going on. 4 more weeks, so their state championship games will be played in mid-January. And again, these coaches are, they used to be the coaches cliche in high school football was, if you're still playing on Thanksgiving, you're really good. Now, if you're still playing on Christmas, you're really good. So they're all playing games this weekend for the first time ever. Hopefully for the last time ever. I think they're all believing that. But that's what we think this year's been strange year.
Isn't that the truth? Thank you, Bill.
How about your Cowboys?
Yeah. Johnny Ortiz, do you want to come on up and do a member spotlight for us?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All yours.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and ask one of our newest members, Mr. Kelly, to come on up. And for those of you watching around the world on YouTube, if you have not had a chance to come up and do the new member spotlight or just a member spotlight period, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to myself, to Diane. We want to get you up here to present you guys to the club. But today we get the privilege of meeting Mr. Kelly. So Mr. Kelly, if you could just kind of introduce yourself to the club, who you are, what you do, and how you heard about Rotary.
Yeah, I'm Kelly Williams. I work with Farmers Insurance here in town. I actually graduated from Mineola in 08, and then I'm an alumni at UT Tyler from 2013, and then started working with Enterprise Rental Car. I did that for 6.5 years, and I was running 11 stores in the East Texas area before I decided to make a jump over to Farmers Insurance.
And what made you do that?
Well, I had someone reach out to me on LinkedIn, and my father had always owned a pharmacy in Mineola, so I'd always been around a small business owner and had that mentality. And got to talking with him. He started checking off a lot of boxes for me. I've always prided myself on employee development and customer service. So whenever I heard those, that sounded like a good fit for me.
Yeah. And to get to know you a little bit more down to granular level, family, just talk about family.
Sure. Yeah, I actually had my 1-year anniversary on December 11th. I got married in Las Vegas at the top of the stratosphere in 2019. And I was told after the fact that it's the highest place in the United States that you can get married. So it was a phenomenal time. Our family flew down. I have a 10-year-old stepdaughter named Logan, and me and my wife are now expecting our first child at the beginning of May. So it'll be a boy, Hudson Wyatt Williams.
All right.
That's awesome. So that 1-year waiting period, good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We heard about your occupation. What about fun in this area? Recreational use, hobbies, anything exciting that you do or that you picked up on?
Yeah, I've actually recently gotten into golf. Not the best if anybody has any tips or just wants to join and critique me. That would be great. But I love spending time with my family, really strong in our church community, and staying fit, working out. Those are my big hobbies.
I'll have to hang out with you a little more.
Teach me golf.
My golf goes and does the extent of hit the ball. If you can find it, hit it again. So we'll work on that together. We love each other. Motivation. I always like to find out about motivation, dreams, desires. What gets you going? I like the term Blue Coach used a while back. What flips your switch? What gets you up and going?
Well, number one is providing for my family. I'm always looking at the next 5 and 10 years. I'm not the person that's looking at the next, 6 months and a year. So whatever I can do to better myself personally and professionally while also providing for my family, that's my biggest drive.
And with the holidays coming up, just out of curiosity, can you share with us possibly one of your most memorable or most fun moments of Christmas with your family or just in general?
Sure. Yeah. Whenever I was a kid, this always sticks out. It was Christmas morning. Still believed in Santa. Was huge into the Ninja Turtles at the time. I haven't spent a lot of time as a family husband at this point. Just the joy that brought coming in and seeing all the gifts wrapped under the tree, and whenever I do have my son in May and next Christmases and the ones to come, I just want him to have that same feeling whenever he wakes up in the morning.
Awesome, perfect. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Can we make it And I'm going to share one story. I got this story from the parade that we recently had. I had my sunglasses, I had my face mask on, and we were waiting as the cars were coming through. I was over there across from Santa, and these 2 kids, this young mother and their 2 children were in the car and they were coming through. I guess you couldn't tell who I was looking at, but I was addressing the kid in the back. He looked kind of mischievous, and I said, "Hey, no, you're nice." And apparently the mom thought I was talking to her. And she hesitated. I was like, "Ma'am, I'm talking to the kid." But I knew what her answer was going to be.
Thank you, John. That's fun. So, I'd like to thank everybody who came out on Saturday the 12th and Wednesday the 16th for our bell ringing for the Salvation Army. We had a great time. I'm going to give Nancy a hard time. She's looking away from me. She doesn't want to look at me. Nancy kind of forgot to come out, but it's all right, Nancy.
We did fine without you.
We did fine without you.
I wasn't told that.
We are going to do a pass the hat today for the Salvation Army. If you don't have any cash on you or you'd rather do an online donation, you should check your email. There's an email that just came out with a link to make an online donation to the Salvation Army. My understanding is they usually have about 40 or so bell ringing stations during the holidays, and they only had 17 bell ringing stations during the holiday. So I really encourage you, if you want to, obviously there's a lot of organizations to support, but contribute to Pass the Hat. I'm going to start it off with the first money in the hat. Nancy's going to walk around for us, make sure to mixing all of the tables. Or you can do the online donation. It came out at 12:10, so it should be in your inboxes as we speak. Coming up, we have the Birdville Park cleanup on January 18th. Watch for more information on that. Remind you that we're not meeting next week, the 28th, nor the 4th of January. I know a lot of us will be returning to work after long vacations. Need to take a little bit of a Rotary break on that day. You should have received your dues and invoices from our treasurer, Tom Seal. There's the ability to pay online. I understand it works really easily, or you can see Tom DeWitt in the back. Are there any other announcements, anything I forgot to mention before we turn the program over? Because I'm excited to hear our program today. All right, seeing none, I'm going to turn it over to Nan.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. It's Friday. Don't anybody panic. Just, it's Friday. Just be prepared. And I know we just talked a little bit about how odd this year was. But the reason we celebrate this season doesn't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and always. And so if you haven't found your joy in the season yet, do I have some people for you? And I love the mask. I may not have. Okay. I'm going to bring up Michael Hurley, who is a friend of mine and a fellow South Tyler Rotarian, and then he's going to introduce the rest of these terribly handsome men with him.
Thank you, Mayor.
Appreciate it.
All right, hey, as Nan said, this is my third year to be with you in the month of December. I think each year we've been the last meeting before the year ends for us at Rotary. And it's a real blessing. It's kind of strange. It's my third year to be here and my third different quartet. And I was explaining that to you, this is by far the best.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the way you we're going to sing a song for you, and then I'll have the property. Oh, by the way, Mandy mentioned so well, with this being 2020, I think it's appropriate that we all think about the fact that we all need a little Christmas. Oh, did that work right?
No, I don't think you did.
It's my pitch pipe.
This is all part of it. Oh, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. So hold out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stocking, I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For I've grown a little leaner, grown a little colder, grown a little sadder, grown a little older, and I need a little angel sitting on my shoulder. Need a little Christmas, need a little Christmas, right this very minute. Candles in the window, what the heck's a spirit? Yes, we need a little Christmas, right this very minute. Need a little Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. We need a little Christmas now.
Let me begin by introducing the quartet. All of us are local guys. I'm going to start on the far left. Jerry Richmond comes to us from Longview. He's a recent graduate, I guess about a year and a half ago from Pine Tree High School and drove all the way over to Longview to be with us today. I appreciate Jerry. He sings our baritone part. And to share with you just a little bit about barbershop. Barbershop is made up, as you already know, of 4-part harmony. But that baritone part literally is the most important part and the least featured part. You might truly say that sometimes the tenor has an opportunity to sing out louder, and the lead, of course, and our bass, but that baritone is the one that fills the chord and often has the most difficult pitches to sing. And I truly think I have the best baritone in our chorus with us with Jerry. So Jerry, thanks for being here. I mean that, Jerry. We have many of you know John Berry. John works for United Way of Sewage County. He coordinates the campaign efforts every year and does a great job. And a real close friend of mine, he's sitting next. This is John Berry from Tyler, Texas. Johnny Martin, and Johnny works in the IT profession, so I consider him a lot smarter than I am. The best things ever made that kind of would make my eyes glaze over. He is our lead, so you'll hear his voice more than any of the others. And he has that part most of you are most familiar with because he's singing the melody of the lead of the song. And then as you know, my name is Michael Hurley, and I'm singing tenor today. I sing tenor with these Texas Men in Harmony, and I have that real high part up there. I really feel like I'm the lead, or perhaps a baritone, but I have the ability to hit the tenor notes, and so I always love singing. And we don't have a name. We're just 3 guys named with a J and 1 M. All right, I'm going to introduce 2 songs we're going to sing back to back for you this morning. We're going to start with one that I know you're familiar with, and you're welcome to join in with us, Jingle Bells. And then we're going to sing a traditional hymn, Angels We Have Heard on High. If my pitch back will work, correct? And by the way, we're the total opposite of the wonderful chorus you heard last week. They're very serious and very beautiful arrangements, and we're more, what I love about barbershop is we like to have fun. So we may cut up a little bit while we're not up here, but it's just part of our personality. All right. This is regular jingle bells. Got it? Jingle, 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 jingle all the way. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or 2 ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon this many was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame. Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got a song. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A one-horse open jingle, jingle, hey!
As we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your happy song? Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Folks, we are all four members of the East Texas Men in Harmony. We are a competition barbershop chorus based right here in Tyler. However, I think at last count, we have men from approximately 25 different cities from across East Texas. Some as far down to our south as Lufkin and Nacogdoches, and over towards, towards Oklahoma into Pittsburgh and Mount Pleasant area. And we all come together for practice each Monday at a little bitty church building here in town. You may know where it is. It's called the Green Acres Baptist Church. They allow us to practice in their choir room, which is a beautiful choir room, at no cost. And so everywhere we go, we always want to thank Green Acres for the good work that they do for our community and for the help they've given us. They even give us a storage place for our risers, and that's just not always the case. I'm in another chorus, and they have approximately 20 risers, and they don't allow them to store them where we practice. So they have to bring the 18-wheeler out at every practice, and the whole team has to break down and put up. It's just, Green Acres is wonderful to us. And I just wanted to share that with you. And also want to invite any of you who love to sing, please come and join us. We practice each Monday. We'll start back on the 11th of January. Each Monday at 7 o'clock in the choir room at Green Acres Baptist Church. You don't have to be a professional singer. You don't even have to read music. We have men in our chorus that don't read music. We also have men in our chorus that are phenomenal. We kind of have the whole gamut. We're all part of the Barbershop Harmony Society. Approximately 30,000 members in the United States and chapters in every state across our country. Just to give you a little bit of idea, I've been singing barbershop, I guess, a little over 10 years. I sang in South Texas in the Toast of the Coast chorus. Then when I moved to Northwest Arkansas, I was in the Pride of the Ozarks in Fayetteville, and then moved here in the East Texas Men in Harmony. And I share that with you just to say, barbershop is everywhere, and a lot of times people don't recognize it. I know somebody asked me earlier, I didn't know if people were still singing barbershop. The purpose of the society, the purpose of our chorus and our quartet today is to preserve that form of music from the past. And we sing everything from songs of the 1800s all the way to modern interpretations of Beatles music, believe it or not, in barbershop style. So I really hope that you're enjoying what you're hearing today, and I really encourage you to listen closely to how the lyrics move, and particularly if you can, it's hard to hear him, but if you'll listen for Jerry, because a great baritone you hardly ever hear. But if you'll listen for that note he's singing, it means you really have a good musical ear, and he fills out that whole chord. So I want to thank you for having us. We're not finished, but I wanted to let you know you can come and be with us, gentlemen. It's an all-male chorus, so ladies, if you want to get rid of your husbands for the night, each Monday night at 7 o'clock. Now that Monday night football is not played, there's no reason for you not to come and spend a couple hours getting to know some fine gentlemen. We have about 25 in our chorus, some fine gentlemen that I've learned to love and cherish, and we love to welcome you as a part of that. All right, were you going to say something? You stepped out. I thought you were going to make a note.
No, I think that was hey, speed it up a little bit.
Okay, great. Just come right before. All right, this next one is an old song from the 50s. I think you'll recognize it, titled Let It Snow. That's an act as well. Good one, Esther.
The snowman in the yard is frozen hard. He's a sorry sight to see. If he had a brain, he'd complain. Then he wishes he were me. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and the frogs are going for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, 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 let it
All right, guys, just wanted to share with you that I think Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I love all the Christmas carols. But of course, the chorus sings a variety of songs. Probably Barbershop is best known for patriotic music, spiritual music, and of course, Christmas music. And we wanted to share with you just one song from our spiritual repertoire. That's a big word. I want to see you spell it. That we love to sing, and since we're in a church building, it's certainly appropriate. It's actually based on an old Negro spiritual in America, and it's titled Ride the Chariot.
I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my Lord. Are you ready, my brother? Oh, yes. Ready for the journey? Oh, yes. You want to see your maker? Oh, yes. I'm waiting for the chariot because I'm ready to go. Gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my Lord. I never will forget the day. Riding the chariot to see my Lord. When all my sins were taken away. Riding the chariot to see my Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my Lord. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariots to reach the sky. To reach the sky.
today. This is our last song. We hope it's one that will encourage you. It's one that we had a lot of fun with. It's one all of you know. So we encourage you to sing along with us. I'm not going to give it away until it starts, but please feel free to sing with all of your heart. Just like we started, we need a little Christmas. We really need that in our hearts right now. Let's join together. All right. John Ray, you got a big lead on this one.
Boy, thanks. Jing jinga 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 jing jinga 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 jinga. Oh, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing the bushes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing and jingle bell square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Hey, jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Oh, giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Hey, jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go blind in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. That's the Jingle Bells. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. Everybody's doing the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell
Easy to please.
I have a question. Great question.
There's quick.
Do you guys still do your February fundraiser?
Well, we do, but there was a board meeting. What was decided on that yesterday?
Is this still on?
Yeah.
So the question was asked about our annual Singing Valentine's program, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We actually had a board meeting, impromptu board meeting yesterday to talk about it. Do we move forward with it? Do we want to start all this marketing? Is it even a good idea? Are people even going to want to order Singing Valentine's given this, everything we're going through? But for now, we are planning to do something. We're going to send out a survey to people who have ordered in the past to see if they would still be willing. And if everybody just tells us terrible idea, you'll need to stay away from people, then we'll do it, but hopefully that's not what they say. So stay tuned for.
By the way, can you find it on the website?
Yes, our website. ET, not the terrestrial, but etmeninharmony.com is our website. So we'll be posting stuff about it, but always ahead at Valentine's, and it's our main fundraiser. So just be on the lookout for that. Thank you, Nancy.
We do have time if you have the energy and desire to do another song.
If I suggested the Texas medley.
Oh,
Do that. Whatever that was, do that.
now that we know it's your fault if it doesn't go well.
This is a medley of Texas tunes that we love to sing.
I put them on the spot, so.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yep.
forgive us, we weren't expecting to see anymore, so I have to actually go to our website, log in.
It's a race.
The IT guy.
Yeah, the IT guy will probably get there first.
So if we're able to locate the proper key, what we're going to sing is called the Texas Medley. A lot of places we go, we sing for veterans. So we'll sing God Bless America and all those. The biggest hit's always the one we sing about Texas. So,
Can you try it?
yeah, all right.
Can you try it in G for G?
Okay, here we go.
You got this.
This town is Texas, Lone Star State of Texas. This is the giant land I love. Doom, 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 doom. This yellow rose in Texas, I'm going there to see. Nobody else can miss her, not half as much as me. She comes away and I left her, and I too broke my heart. And if we never meet again, we never more. But she's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your Clementine and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas is the only girl for me. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of old San Antonio. When in dreams I live with my memory, beneath the stars all alone. Moon in all your splendor, so lonely my heart. Fall back my rose of San Antonio. Lips so sweet and tender, like those falling apart. Speak once again of my love, my own. Broken thoughts, empty words, I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit night by the Alamo, rose, my rose of San Antonio. And rose, my rose of San Antonio. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas. The hazel moon is my perfume. Deep in the heart of Texas, reminds me of the one I love. Deep in the heart, deep in the heart, deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of the Lone Star State. Just like a sleeping giant sprawling in the sun. So this is Texas. Great state of Texas, Texas. This is the giant. It's Texas, the land of love. Texas. Okay.
One more? One more?
Are we just gonna make it up?
We got plenty.
Okay. So this really promise you will be the last one. There's some kind of intro to this song that I don't have, but it's really interesting that how many different places it's been used and where it started. I think it's been on a Van Halen album at some point, but you'll recognize it as something you've heard before. I'll just go with that. I'm just gonna make up the key.
Yeah, and if it's wrong,
Okay. Bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da-dee-da. Happy trails to you. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Till we meet again.
So I don't know if he told them that this is what he called them, but ladies and gentlemen, Michael Hurley and the Hurl Tones. Thank you, Michael. Michael, would you draw a ticket for us for the raffle, please?
Pass the hat was 128.
128 for pass the hat. Last 4 digits, 5548. 5548. Randy Marshall, see Tom Rick.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Love you guys.
Yes, you're welcome to sandwiches at midnight. Oh, he's got him in the back. Thank you again. So we actually have a little bit of time, and I'm not going to sit up here and talk for 15 minutes because I'm certain we all have a busy week ahead with Christmas right around the corner. I just want to thank you guys again for being members of our club. You know, when I was installed 6 months ago, I remember standing up saying I was kind of disappointed because a lot of people couldn't attend our meeting. But I also said that I was glad for the ones that were there at the meeting. And the same thing applies today. You know, as Bill Coates said, you know, all of these teams, all these sports are having to adjust, and we've had to adjust a lot this year. And I appreciate everybody's willingness and patience and understanding that, you know, sometimes the YouTube doesn't work and we can't do all the things that we like to do, but we've had a good year so far, considering everything. And I'm thankful for all of you guys for being here, for being members, for bringing guests to our club who might consider being members. You know, Rotary usually does a lot more than we do, but we're all kind of tied down a little bit this year with the pandemic. So with that being said, unless anybody has anything fun, important, any announcements, we got a baby coming for Kelly and his wife. Anything else going on in the world? If not, Merry Christmas. Oh, Tyler.
I want you all to know, please don't miss the Christmas Eve service at the church at 5 or 10 on Thursday.
Christmas Eve service here at 5 or 10 o'clock. That being said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Season's Greetings. See you in the new year. Oh, thank you. Well, Claude, you get to lead us then.
Okay, before we test the things we think, say or do. First,
is it the truth?
Second,
is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
will it build a better country?
And fourth,
will it be beneficial to all concerned? There's sandwiches left if anybody wants one.